Hi, Miss Nikki here. Welcome to Biology 103. This is Principles in Biology. When the course opens, it opens on the announcement page. I'll post announcements weekly, upcoming items, what's due, or I'll kind of do a summary for the unit once we've completed each unit. So there'll always be an announcement. When you come to course information, hopefully you've read through this, the order of operations, all the things that you need to do for the first week, meet your instructor, office hours. So there's me, office hours when you can just drop in if you want to. I know this is an online class, so we do also have, or I also have virtual meetings. Course policy, student resources, you're watching the video, syllabus quiz, and then the link to the discussion board. So if you open up the syllabus, I'll let you guys read through all this. It breaks everything down for you. Kind of the major points to take home are, one, you have to turn all of your work in on time. There is no late assignments or exams accepted unless you have a documented excuse. So several times it says, please read the makeup policy below. So policy for missing work is, as we scroll down, policy for missing work, you have to have a doctor's note. It has to be either you're ill or an immediate family member, court mandated appearance, or military obligation, something to that effect. I have the schedule here listed for you for the entire semester. You'll notice that all assignments are due Monday at midnight. Please do not start your assignments at 11 p.m. If you say, oh, I didn't realize how detailed these were, can I have an extension? The answer is no. So try to work on your assignments and readings the weekend before they're due, so you don't have to worry about it on Monday, right? So the due date does not mean do the work on that date. You can always work ahead in this course. I also wanted to come back to the testing policy. You're going to take your exams online at home. They come from pools of questions, and you have a minute per question, basically. So you need to make sure that your internet is working, that you're in a location where the Wi-Fi has a strong signal. I've had some students that have had issues. I want to take my test in my room. My room doesn't have a really strong Wi-Fi signal. You're going to have to go someplace else, right? Closer to the router, in the kitchen, in the living room, wherever that is, to take your test. If not, you can also, if that still doesn't work, you can get an Ethernet cable. They're relatively cheap, under $10. And if you're consistently having problems, you can hardwire your laptop to the modem and have a much faster signal where it won't get interrupted. So if you get interrupted, if the signal drops below a certain level, it's going to kick you out of the test, and I have to reset the test for you. If this becomes a problem, every exam, then I'm going to have you take the test someplace else. You can come on campus and take it, find a library where you can take it, find somebody else who has stronger internet service. Maybe even a Starbucks would be better. It just depends on where you are and the Wi-Fi at your location, right? But let me know if you're having problems. The first test, we kind of just go with the flow and see what happens. So everything's in the syllabus. That's kind of your go-to to get all the information for the course. You can select here the discussion board, or you can also come over here to the discussion board and select discussion board here. So for the first week's work in the discussion board, you're going to introduce yourself. And I said, as the thread title, name one scientist in any field that you admire. If you want to give me some information about them, tell us a little bit about yourself. If you don't want to share anything, you don't have to. If you want to put in a picture of yourself, please do. And then you'll see that we have unit discussions as we go through the course, and there's also a section for questions. So if you have a question, you can post it in the discussion board. If it's Unit 1, it's the Unit 1 discussion thread, and I'll answer you in the thread. Because probably other students had the same question that you've had, right? So I'm going to come over here to books. For books, we're using a McGraw-Hill Mater Inquiry to Life 17th edition. And there's a walkthrough on how to register for Connect, but it's super easy. You're going to go to course content. You're going to select first week orientation, and you're going to select this Connect orientation video. it's going to pop up and say, hey, would you like to register for McGraw-Hill Connect? There is also an option for a 14-day free trial. So you can get busy working on your material from day one. So let me show you. I have a walkthrough here as well. Once you register, it's kind of telling you everything that you need to do. You're going to have a temporary access now. So when it comes to the textbook, you have several options. You can buy the textbook from the bookstore. You can sign up for the 14-day free trial. And then when your trial's about to end, it'll pop up and say, hey, would you like to buy your book directly from us? And you can buy the book and access directly through McGraw-Hill. So lots of different ways there. Or you can go to the bookstore, buy the book, get the code, and then enter the code when the time comes after your temporary expires. So if you have any questions, if anything comes up, please let me know. I'll help you as much as I can. At some point, if we can't get any further along in solving the problem, then you're going to have to contact McGraw-Hill, and they have their own help link and usually respond within 24 hours. So course content here, that first week orientation. So when you select that, there are the orientation videos. It's not in here right now. There will be a link for you to upload your Blackboard orientation. So Blackboard student orientation is over here, and it needs to have your name, your A number, and the dates that it's valid. So if you took the Blackboard orientation assignment or course, if you took it 2 years ago, you have to take it again. So at the bottom, it has to say, fall 2023, spring 2024, or it might just say 2023/2024. So then that's good. If you did it in the fall, you don't have to do it again in the spring, but it's only good for a year because they make updates and then you have to go back. So there'll be a link right here where it says submit your Blackboard orientation, student orientation certificate. So that's on the list of things to do, right? And then if you come to Unit 1, you'll see Unit 1 is divided by chapters, and then there's the Unit 1 exam, and then there's also going to be a discussion link. So there'll be a link here where it says, remember there's a Unit 1 discussion, go back, read. The first one's about national parks. So I have kind of read this. I'm going to send you a list where I'm going to give you a park that I want you to do some research on and tell us about, and then you'll have to respond to another classmate. So go to chapter 1. There's always instructions. This is what we're going to do for chapter 1. The Connect homework is in this folder. You'll see that there's the chapter reading with questions, there's the lab, and then there's a post-lab quiz. If you're having trouble with the labs downloading, I kind of walked you through clearing the history browser. This is kind of the number one thing. There's a lot of memory and storage that's used as you're opening the labs and dragging and dropping and doing the simulations. So you're probably going to have to clear your history a couple times throughout the semester just to make sure that everything loads properly. So Connect homework is in this folder. There's a chapter video. There's also a PowerPoint attached here. And then there are learning objectives. So I've attached it as a PDF, or you can just copy these here. These are the questions that you need to be able to answer to do well in the test. So if you took all of these questions and you answered them and reviewed them, there's no reason you shouldn't be able to get an A on the test. So everything is directly linked to those review questions. And if you open up chapter 2, you'll see same format, instructions, Connect homework. We're going to have videos, and then we have learning objectives. And for Unit 1, this consists of chapter 1, 2, and 3, and then we're going to have an exam. And you can go back to the syllabus due dates list, and it'll give you all the due dates for all the exams from now until the end of the semester, right? So the best way to email me is to use this Calhoun email tab. So select right here, click to email your instructor. The nice thing is it shows me your name, but it also gives me this course. I'm teaching 5 classes. So if you just say, hey, what's due tomorrow? I don't know which class you're in. So if you send an email directly inside Blackboard, it's going to send this as the subject line. So I know exactly what course you're in. Then you'll have to go to your Outlook in order to receive the reply from me. So I say that because sometimes I've had students saying, I'm waiting for the email to come back here. It is not going to come back to Blackboard. It's going to go to your Microsoft Outlook. So you need to open that up, make sure it's working, and then look for the reply from me. So a short, sweet kind of walkthrough. I think the only other thing that I wanted to mention was about when the Connect grades post to Blackboard. So you're going to click on a Connect assignment. It's going to take you to the Connect page. You're going to complete the assignment. And then when you submit that and close that window, Blackboard may not immediately adjust the score. So I've had students say, I just completed the lab an hour ago and it's still not loaded on Blackboard. It may not load until after the due date. So sometimes there's a lag in transfer of grades from Connect to Blackboard. So what should you do? Go to the Connect grades and make sure that your grade is there. As long as you see the grade in Connect, then it will transfer eventually to Blackboard. So I'm not trying to stress you out. Connect is a pretty good system. I rarely have any issues. If you open Blackboard, select a Connect assignment, and start the assignment, there's a paper trail for that. So I can look up and see, okay, you took the quiz, you opened it on this date, you closed it on this date. So all that information is available. So don't feel like you have to watch it like a hawk. Just check every once in a while that your grades are posting to Blackboard. I will check every week that an assignment is due, that everything has transferred over properly. But it's just a good idea that you're not going to see that immediate grade post in Blackboard, right? So, the best way to study for the exams, do those review questions. Make sure that you understand the question and your answer. And then when you take the exam, they are going to be timed. So you do have to make sure that you're prepped and prepared. You're not going to be able to look up your answers, right? And the makeup exam policy, please make sure you go and review that. I've had lots of students that say, oh, I didn't know. I thought, I was tired last night and I didn't take my exam. You could just open it up, right? So no, you get a 0. So make sure that you're completing your work on time. If you have any questions, please let me know. More than happy to help. And again, if you know you have something coming up, reach out to me. Let me know what's going on. You can always work ahead. You can always submit any of your work a week early if you need to, if you know that you have some stressful week that's coming up that you're not going to be able to complete all your work on time. Go ahead and work ahead. So hopefully we have a great semester. I can't wait to talk to you guys in the discussion boards. Hopefully you'll enjoy some of those conversations, and I'll talk to you guys soon. Bye.